Being disabled is not a curse on society. Being disabled is something that happens in life to people, and people get on with their lives.
The Canadian Union of Public Employees is Canada's largest union. Our members work in hospitals, schools, childcare centres, and for local governments from coast to coast.
Disability rights are a mainstream issue for our union in much the same way as contracting out or workplace safety and health issues.
Addressing the barriers to full employment for CUPE members who have a disability is a union issue, not a minority issue.
Most people think that they're not going to be disabled. They don't think about that until it happens to them.
Any second of any day, it could be you.
Removing the barriers, ending discrimination faced by members with a disability benefits all CUPE members.
Every day, CUPE activists, CUPE staff are advocating on behalf of disabled workers, negotiating accommodation agreements, at the bargaining table, negotiating language, or in grievance arbitration procedures, advancing the interests of disabled workers.
I applied to take a food service supervisor's course, and I could not.
In the workplace, members with a disability are often stigmatized and denied promotion opportunities.
She told me that it was because of my legs and that she didn't think that she could get the mileage out of me.
I had asked to go to help her do something, right, which I would have been quite competent in doing, but she had told me that she wasn't going to send a girl that couldn't tell her right from her left to do a job.
Inaccurate assumptions, biases, and stereotypes still persist.
Well, thanks for coming in.
When you speak of an invisible disability, which is what I have, sometimes you look fine, but it's not as easy. People don't always understand.
Having a disability can still mean ridicule.
We deserve to be treated as equals in the workplace.
While attitudes are improving, some workers are still isolated by fear or just ignorance.
Don't make a judgment after the first seeing someone. Get to know them. Look beyond the disability. Look at the person. We're human beings.
CUPE, with the working group and with all of its educationals and the things that it does, has certainly been in the front runner.
The Persons with Disabilities Working Group is challenging attitudes, intent on changing how members with disabilities are treated in the union and in the workplace.
People with disabilities are, your next door neighbors. They're full functioning members of society.
So I've been a long-time activist, about 30 years.
The working group provides advice to the National Executive Board and the union as a whole on issues of concern to persons with disabilities.
You know, I think that we have made some real positive steps.
Through the group's work, disability rights are gaining more respect.
They've made progress even in my workplace, and that's a challenge.
We're not just reaching people in our small locals, we're reaching people all across Canada.
The work of our National Persons with Disabilities Working Group has included projects such as the Electronic Wheel of Chance.
The Wheel of Chance was developed to help union members understand what it means to have a disability and what actions locals can take to make sure members' rights are respected.
It made me more aware of other people's disabilities and the things that they can do.
The National Equality Branch will send out awareness and educational material to members that explain the importance of the duty to accommodate and describe how to bring equity issues to the bargaining table.
I would want my brothers and sisters to accept my accommodation as not privilege, but as an equalizer to allow me the opportunities that they've been granted in a birthright of having health, mentally, physically, emotional health. A person with disability plus accommodation equals a highly functioning and productive person.
In some environments, a disability can even be an advantage. Quite often, accommodation for the member with a disability benefits others in the workplace and in society.
There are other members out there that have some of the same issues, but they don't self-identify. I would just like to reach out to those members.
That was part of my problem. I never thought I had a disability.
Hopefully we can help more of our members come forward and talk about their issues.
You know, we have people right now that are disabled that haven't come forward, that are good leadership, you know, potential people.
If we changed our attitude toward people with disabilities, that right there would eliminate a lot of the barriers. Because when we change attitude, then I think it goes without saying that all the other things fall in place, like accommodation.
Equality Rep Connie Kilfoyle is often asked about a member's needs.
And my response is, ask her. Why the hell would you ask me? You know, but it's not that there's nothing evil or sinister or negative about it. It's that people want to do the right thing. Yeah. They want to be supportive. And they're afraid, they might be afraid of hurting your feelings, say Cheryl. So they'll ask me because they want to say the right thing. And I'm saying, but part of respect, part of true respect, and not some obsession with political correctness, is being able to have that kind of frankness and that kind of candidness with people that I see here.
We're all people who have gifts to offer the union movement, that have talent, strengths, weaknesses like everyone else, and that those strengths can be utilized to the benefit of the labor movement.
We're not just a disability group, we're workers in a union. So we have to get involved in all of the aspects of the union, but we have to bring our disabilities and the understanding of our disabilities in all the other work that the union does.
It's not just the people who are involved in the union, but people in our community are being affected by CUPE by taking these actions and by trying to have equity groups that can help each other.
Our working group is active with other labor groups, including the Canadian Labour Congress, and with groups outside of our union, because our goal in advancing the rights of disabled workers includes CUPE members, but indeed all members of society.
At the end of the day, we're all looking for the same thing, equality.
I don't want sympathy, I don't want empathy. What I want is to be treated like a person.